Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have a 2v2 Black Forest game. This Black Forest game, there's going to be a bit of booming, bit of walling, but it's generally going to be a lot of action-packed at the later stage of the game. Immediately we can see I'm immediately going for a straight. I instantly sent two of my villagers to wall up this section of the map over here. My friend is also doing it now as well, and luckily, if looking at the map on this BF game, we have the map advantage. If you look at the map, the amount of resources we have gained simply by walling here is enormous. We have gained a lot. As for the people playing on this game, I myself am playing Time Wielder as Mayans, Hans as Endless Charge, another friend of mine, and we are playing against Jag, who is Teutons, and we are playing against Twinon, who is Chinese. So I'm gonna again refer to players as their colors, as it's clearly better to see and generally works better in my opinion. You can comment if it does seem to be the case. Yeah, everyone's just going about the standard build path, and what's to know is that we have so much area. Like this area here, this wall that I've managed to have allowed me to gain access to 1, 2, 3, 4. I have on my side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold deposits, while Teutons only has 2. Teutons should have realized that he needed to have walled early. Maybe you could have made a wall here, maybe a wall here, and that would have immediately granted him the same amount of resources as me. But unfortunately, he didn't do so, and he lost out on quite a large chunk of resources. Not to mention this extra gold deposit here as well. There's also a wall here, early wall by Red. And again, that's given him so much land. So immediately we can see the land advantage is ours. There's nothing much anyone else can do. I'm just going to speed it up here, since really everyone's just booming their best and trying to do the best they can. Looking at the scores, it seems that seems to be Grey is doing the best at the moment. He's gonna go. He's the first one to feudal age. This is one of the things that got us worrying this game. It's 2v2, and me and Endless Charge were realizing that this Grey is feudaling very fast. He's castling very fast. Like this, he must be a very good player in the fact that he can boom fast. So he must be a formidable force. And our team was generally behind as well. Endless Charge still not even in feudal age, while Grey is going up to the castle age. So we were a bit worried, but that didn't deter us into fighting them with all our might. Unfortunately, there is a pond here, 1, 2, 3, 4, but it is cut off by wood. There is a pond here, but no fish over here. So ponds really in this game weren't suitable. There's 2 over here, but really you don't want a wall. You don't want a dock for just 2 fish. It's not efficient. The amount of wood that you would exchange is simply not worth it. If you look at the population, we are below population. Our booms are not the best and not happening as we would have liked. We see Grey also going 33 villagers. Yellow is getting to castle age right now. Bear with us as we go through this boring initial stage. As soon as we get to the more interesting part of this game, it will get very action packed and not your standard we are stuck in a stalemate situation. There's going to be a lot to do, a lot to micro, a lot to see, a lot happening that even I won't be able to keep track of. I'm doing the Mayan 4 TC boom. Am I doing 4 TC boom? I do build my 4th TC later, but for now I'm doing the 3 TC boom. At this rate, that is an amazing amount of villagers by Grey. He simply is soaring through, and he just has such a large advantage at this point in terms of economy. He's building his 4th town center with 47 population. One of the milestones I personally use, I'm not sure if other people use as well, is by 25 minutes I check how many villagers I have, and usually I average around 70 villagers around that time. But seeing Grey getting at least, he must have at least, looking at 25 minutes on now, so 75 villagers. So he has done more than what I would normally do, and I have got 66. So the other players are not doing that well in terms of booming, but Grey is doing very well. And also, when I play China, I cannot for the life of me realize what to do. So when you're stuck with 6 villages already given to you, and you have no food, and you're wondering what to do, I simply just mess up. Every time I play China, I end up messing up everything. It doesn't seem to be the case with Huns, where you get your villager, try and build houses, but then then it doesn't build a house, it builds something else. But unfortunately for China, for the life of me, I can't do it. We see the Great Wall of China. Speaking of China, the Great Wall of China has been made by Teutons. Where's the Great Wall of China here? I don't see it. The irony. The Great Wall of China is being made by the Teutons player, not the Chinese player. Come on. We're going to see some more town centers going up here. Maybe a town center here would have been nice to just cut the wood on either side. I don't know. Maybe extend this gap a bit more. Who knows? I'm going Imperial Age now, and I immediately start researching my upgrades, and I'm going for the siege workshop. Luckily, Mayans have siege rams, so I've seen that there is a wall being made. Let's go to the fucking wall. There is a wall being made, and it's at least 3 thick. So I immediately went for a siege workshop first. Grey is still booming and still has a large score. I'm not sure when he's planning to start building his military, but not anytime soon. Endless Charge is building his army right now. He's probably anticipating that due to the large score difference that he might get rushed, so at least he won't go down with that fight. I'm building battering rams, and I am beginning to attack. One thing to note in this game is that due to this being a 2v2 game, having trade isn't so important for our team, at least, since our team has the extra resources that these players do not. These players will suffer if they do not start trading. That's one of the disadvantages that the other team had this game. Also, if you look at here, you can see there's a gold deposit here, which I didn't realize in the first place was walled up. So if you really did want to get to this gold, it would be best to put cut across through here, but he doesn't seem to have done that. We're finally seeing some fortified walls, and this is when I realized what is going on. I realized that there must have been 100 other walls behind it, and blue is trying to prolong it as much as possible. This is one of the reasons why I like playing a civ which has siege rams. Having siege rams in Black Forest is so important. If your team does not have siege rams, then I'm sorry. But if the enemy decides to do the Great Wall of China like Teutons has, then you simply won't be able to break through fast enough to do damage. It will give them so much time to prepare for your advance. We're seeing yellow move across here for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on over here. Where's he migrating to? Is he going to build a castle or something? Yep, it seems like he's going to build a castle there. It seems like he wants to fight on this end. So all their team, grey and yellow, decided that they're going to push through red's base as red is the weakest. That is the correct call to make. But yellow is going to be forced to fight on this end and on his own turf. And seeing as though he's going to soon retaliate and start to retaliate as I am hammering down his walls. Slowly but surely, of course. We're seeing some stables from Grey. Grey is going to start building his army right now. We're seeing heavy camel being researched. So we're going to most likely see some heavy camel, which is surprising as heavy camel. I'm not sure why one would go heavy camels. Perhaps he was anticipating paladins from Endless Charge, but Endless Charge is going to go with cavalry archers this game. I erected the castle up to prevent any villagers on this end walling up, and it seems to be doing the job well. Because my plan was to go around this side and cut in through here where the villagers are trying to wall. That would be the best course of action. At this point, I can see the massive wall, and that's why I decided that I'm gonna go with full archers this game, not plumed archers, simply because I wanted to be able to spam out as much as archers as much as possible. This castle has been erected, barracks has been erected, but I don't think anytime soon he's going to be attacking on this front. Red, at this point, I told Red to do the Great Wall of China over here as well. He needs to make sure that they do not get through and delay as long as they can. I rage in the point where I started cursing yellow, like walling up this much just to avoid me and not fight me head on. It was me trash talking to try and show my superiority in yellow. Sometimes trash talking does mentally has a psychological effect on the other player and does demoralize them. So that's what I was going for. And no, not simply because I like to swear on other people. That wasn't the case. What is to know is that earlier on we had there was a discussion between yellow and grey, and grey did say that he wanted to go heavy camels and scorpions. It seems like he's not building scorpions and he's going for a light cavalry rush in that case. Perhaps he's seen these archers and the archers that Mines is building, so he's gonna go for that. Yellow desperately trying to wall as much as he can. He is walling this side, which is not really that effective, as I am going to push through here. This is going to be the first to open this section over here on the map. Siege rams so useful. Like look how fast these siege rams were able to cut through these walls. No siege rams. If I had cape rams, it would have taken longer than. It would have taken so much time. It would have been not feasible. And you just delayed the inevitable. We're seeing light cavalry, not upgraded light cavalry. We're not seeing any resistance except for a couple of onagers from yellow. Yellow's villagers are being picked off. He's not garrisoning them in the town center. My units are going to be going inside. At the same time, more cavalry archers are being made by Endless Charge. And all these units, all these barracks, all these stables are being directed over here. So at this moment, I thought I had the advantage, and I'm going in using my rams to try and destroy as much as possible. I simply have the mass and the upgrades at this point, and Grey is upgrading now, but he's not engaging now, as he simply cannot beat this army right now. I sent my siege ram to try and deal with this mangonel. The other mangonel, I don't think I manually focus it down with archers. The horde of light cav has arrived. They are gonna go for the rams instead, which is gonna allow me to start picking them off and save a couple of units. I focused down this mangonel as fast as possible. Luckily, I was able to kill it. These light cavs here are simply not able to do it. Luckily, the advantage that I had was that Grey was not Teutons. If Grey had been Teutons and decided to make paladins instead, I would have been in a tough situation. However, that wasn't the case, and he made light cav instead. And light cav's PS armor, although it is 4, it simply with this many units, they're just gonna die instantly, and they're low HP compared to paladins. I sent my villagers in here to try and build a castle, put some forward fortifications on. I'm going forward as much as I can. I see skirmishers coming in from yellow. Not sure where the skirmishers are coming from. Yep, they're coming from the other end, as this is all his economy area. I'm still trying to get that castle up. I have sent quite a lot of villagers, extra villagers who are gathering resources to try and build this castle up here. Get my own fortification rolling. More a spam of light cavalry coming in and just simply getting barraged. These skirmishers are preoccupied with the ram over here and just gonna get picked off. This was a great situation for me, but the moment I realized that the army is getting larger and larger and it's gonna be tougher to deal with, I do tell Red to come, and luckily by the time I told Red to come, he's already on his way. He's with his cavalry, heavy cavalry archers, and we're gonna try and take this area by force. My castle has gone up and I'm trying to build another forward castle here. I'm sending rams to this area over here to try and knock him out, bring this HP down as much as possible. My archers are quite spaced out simply because of the mangonels. I just wanted to avoid bunching them up and one mangonel destroying my entire fleet over here. And you probably notice right now as well, where we're fighting, you can visibly see the trade. And what I've done to yellow only can rely on trade and selling resources. That's what he's going to have to do to survive. All this gold that I've taken over, he can't mine it. Of course he can't mine it. It's the middle of a bloody battlefield. So he won't be able to mine gold. So only way he can get gold is there are no other gold deposits. Sell it. So that's why we're seeing a large influx of skirmishers and the occasional mangonel is coming. Every time a mangonel does come, I'm using my castle to try and take it down. I'm force building this castle over here, but to no avail, and I end up losing it, I do believe. Yep, I end up losing it. I do build one back over here. We have the cavalry archer detachment over here, combined with my archers are wrecking everything. We finally see some heavy camels here. I'm not sure how effective these heavy camels are going to be. They are going to start focusing on the siege rams. I do get a couple of siege rams in, and this siege ram here is godly. Single-handedly has taken out 3 onagers and made the onagers retreat. 4 onagers now. Just before he was about to hit the 5 onagers. At this point, we were under the suppression of this army, and this army was getting large. We were getting worried. Like the amount of siege rams that were coming in from Grey was simply astounding. We were overwhelmed. I had no barracks to sufficiently pump out units that I wanted. I was forced to build another castle in hopes that I could somehow at least take care of the units while my villages and such took care of the siege rams, but to no avail. Skirmishers, light cav, heavy camels, rams. Grey was absolutely beasting everything and just doing. He got me to the point where I was losing so much units, and my population limit and my military count was low, 42. Although, 39. And Grey at this point has a larger military, and yellow also has the larger military as well. And so this was not looking good for us. We thought at this point, once those rams started finishing up, we would be dead. So we still ended up trying to do the best that we could. Just still trying to hold onto this battle as much as we possibly can. Of course, Red did not engage in this side here, as it would have directed his attention and simply we would not be able to have held this area here. So we backed off in the corner under the range of my own castle, trying to do some more damage as much as I can. I started building spearmen. I started building a couple of more barracks to try and deal with this. At this point, I did message Endless Charge that he needs to start making some melee units. So his response was to build light cavalry, Hussars. Huns do get full Hussar line, so that is good. I do make a mangonel, and luckily this mangonel is helping me destroy these rams. That's the only thing right now that is destroying these rams at a fast rate is this mangonel. So this castle would have been long gone had this mangonel not been able to do anything. I was stuck here. I was focusing down all these skirmishers with my castle. More cavalry archers are coming in from all the cavalry archers. Have retreated back, and we're just desperately trying to hold here. This is the bane of any archer civ, which isn't Britain's. Simply getting this many skirmishers and an equal amount of arbalasts simply was deadly. So I had to retreat back. Seeing my point of view, as soon as I saw that, I knew that I had to retreat back. I couldn't engage this battle over here as I would have liked. I was just focusing down the light cav as much as possible. Luckily, thank God, Red and my villagers were blocking the mangonel, so I still have some mangonels firing at the rams, so he wasn't able to just mow through here. Let's do the fog of war. So we see endless charge is going to be making hussars, a lot of hussars, and we are just desperately trying to hold on. At this rate, it looks like it's a losing game and we're being pushed, but my mangonel is going to be taking a lot of taking a lot of shots at these skirmishes, and I was forced to retract my archers back even more. I got mangonels up, and these mangonels are the only thing saving me from these rams. At this point, I got 10,000 food, and since I was not using food at all, what I did was I sent it all to Endless Charge. I sent it all to him, and I told him, build as many hussars as you can, mate. As many hussars as you can. So I was here still surviving. Slowly these guys are pushing, and what's to know is that these guys, Grey is finally attacking here. Grey is thinking that since Yellow can beat me here, let's go attack the other side. So Grey started attacking here. This wall is soon going to go down. We'll follow the progress over there very soon. I put my archers a bit forward. I'm just trying to macro them the best I can. Simply using my spearmen that I've created as bait, using my archers to hit them. The best thing I had hoped for was that the Teuton player. Oh my god! Okay. So now we're seeing the endless charge by the endless horde by endless charge. We're gonna actually see an endless charge as well, as all these hussars are gonna go in, finish the job over here. At the same time, rams are being used to destroy his wall. So at this point, hussars have come in. The battle has changed. We got melee units. We can take care of the rams. We can take care of the skirmishers. This is a great fight for us. As I was saying earlier, all these skirmishers here have one less range than my archers, so I was at the advantage initially. I moved my archers ahead to try and snipe these camels, as the camels are going to be very effective against the hussars. But thank God I have archers, and our meat shield line is going to be constantly being spammed. There is an endless charge, so to speak. So endless charge has managed to. There's a reason why he was called Endless Charge. It's because of all his hussar spams and his love for hussars. So this has completely changed the game around. I have managed to destroy all the combined. Our combined army has managed to destroy the camels, and there's still even more hussars coming out. And these hussars are going to make mincemeat of these skirmishers. These skirmishers are not going to survive. I managed to keep my force alive. I still have a lot of gold. I'm still spamming units, still spamming pikemen. At this point, Grey has realized he has sent his army over here. Let's slow down the game and let's slow the game down a bit. So Grey is sending units to my base, to Red's eco. He's sending rams, and he's trying to destroy this forward base here. At this point, I'm telling Red is panicking that his base is dying. I'm telling Red to calm down and just try and push on this side. We can beat them, since even if his base goes down, as long as we kill their trade, we'll have enough gold to destroy them. So then we begin our push. I got my army of pikemen. I'll start building trebuchets and more rams, since we can now assault them finally. and this army here is just gonna wreak havoc. My economy is slightly getting damaged, so I do retract. I do make pikemen and send them to different areas of my base to try and deal with it. Red was forced to make some cavalry archers to try and deal with this, but he's gonna be losing quite a lot of villagers. More Hussars are coming in, and the Hussars are planning to go to the left hand side to deal with the eco, while I hold here and make a castle and hold the fortification here. So at this point, these rams are just coming in, killing stuff. He's losing a lot of villagers, and his economy wasn't. If you look at their villager score, his villager score is quite low, only 56, and he's losing villagers quite fast. I've built more archers. My population is steadily increasing. Red over here is just destroying yellow's eco. The area that we fought is directly yellow's eco. All of this, yellow's eco was dying. Yellow did not, for some reason, ring the town bell over here, so all the units over there died. This mangonel, I'm not sure what happened with this mangonel, but this mangonel could have took out a large chunk of my army, but instead he attacked the other way, attacked a passing hussar. More rams are coming in. They're just walking through his base, and he needs hussars. He needs hussars or some melee units in here to do some damage. At this point, Grey realized that there's no point fighting over there. They are pushing over here, so he has made his army. He has put his army over here. Again, even more units are coming in from Endless Charge, worthy of his name. This town center will also die as well, get destroyed. The Endless Charge is amazing. If you look at his military, 90. His military outweighs his villager production, and he has 34 villagers who are idle out of the 52. Oh my god. I fueled his Endless Charge by providing him quite a lot of food, and I was still providing him food throughout the whole time. And of course he had his own farmers who are providing food, and this was good. I like how these rams have still haven't been taken care of. It's such a mess here, such a mess. I lost a large chunk of my archer force, but since Endless Charge was here and his Endless Charge of Hussars, somebody puns this game that we managed to take care of the trade, and this trade, destroying their trade, was so bad for them. Because if you look at the map, I still had gold. I still had gold there. I still had gold there. I still had gold here. Gold over there as well. So them losing their trade is such a huge blow that is simply losing trade at this stage of the game when you're up against units that you need to use gold units against. It's simply GG. All these rams are coming in, but the rams are gonna die. Rams are gonna die, as there are plenty of pikemen and plenty of hussars around. There's an endless amount. Pardon the pun. So at this point we walled up, and here yellow seems to be making a base of his own here. He seems to have found a nice position here, taking over red's base. Obviously red doesn't realize this. None of us realize there's a base over here. It came to us as a shock. All the villages here are massacred. After the massacre has finished, all the houses are left. All the buildings are left over here. There's no need. And then we push on. We push on to their main base. More heavy camels are coming, and this is the last charge. This is the finale of the game. As you can see, an endless amount of units. The amount of units that are out on the battlefield, number 200. Yep, 200. 200 combined army against 46 camels, I assume. Well, since there seems to be 40 camels. So 40 camels trying to take on 200. This obviously ends in one way. Look at this beautiful spectacle. It is true that the camels will simply murder hussars, but there are pikemen in the mix, and pikemen are are demolishing. Not to mention that there are archers as well, so there's going to be continuous archer fire from behind, and it's pretty much GG. Yellow's gone. Yellow is trying to rebuild his little economy here, but there's nothing they can do at this point in the game. Grey has also realized this. He has lost his trade, and I don't think transitioning to trash at this point is a bit too late to do trash. You can only really inevitably hold them off, as this team here has managed to gain so much gold and resources that you simply, even with trash, you can only hold them off, and holding them off isn't going to win you the game. It's only going to delay the inevitable. So we begin our charge, we begin our assault, and by the time we arrive and begin to really start destroying stuff, they do resign. There we go. Grey has resigned, and immediately follow him, Yellow will also resign. Anytime soon. Yep, there we go. And that's the game. This was a very interesting game. Very interesting game. It's very action packed, and for us playing, there were so many ups and downs and so many moments where we thought we were gone. We were goners. We were gonna lose. We should have just resigned. So many moments back and forth when Grey came in here into this space here, or when Grey came with Rams all the way, destroying everything, and we had simply no units. There are a lot of things in this game that actually made it quite interesting to play. At the time, it was a very fun game, and yeah, who would have thought that we would have been able? We beat a player who had a very powerful boom. That was one of the things that we were quite happy about, since we knew that since his boom was good, he would have been a very good player, formidable player, having an army earlier now fully upgraded. But as it wasn't the case. So, like I always say, there's no point hoarding resources if you don't. There is no point in hoarding resources. You might as well just use it, and if you're not using it, it's a waste. You're not gonna win. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.